This video is going to be absolutely all over the place, so I'm sorry in advance. So Riverdale. If you clicked on this video, chances are you either love Riverdale or you hate Riverdale. And if you have no idea what Riverdale is, so basically Riverdale is this CW show that it aired in 2017 and it's still airing, it's been 3 years. And basically they took the characters from the Archie comics series and shoved them into a teenage drama show similar to Pretty Little Liars and shows like that. And that's about the gist of it. Except it's very different from the comics, you know. It's a teenage drama show. So, my thoughts on Riverdale. This is just going to be me kind of rambling. But I actually like Riverdale. And you may be asking yourself, why is it that you like Riverdale? And honestly, I ask myself the same question. Well, so I'm not going to elaborate on that. The thing about Riverdale is that I really liked the first season, you know? The first season was awesome. It was great. We had the mystery of who killed Jason. But then season 2, it was the Black Hood, which was also a pretty nice storyline. But then season 3 was where it kind of started to go completely off the rails, you know? It was kind of where it started going a little bit more downhill than it was already going. But I still enjoyed that season. It had the Griffins and Gargoyles thing. It was nice. It was fun. Well, it wasn't fun for the people that got murdered. And then there was season 4, which I just finished watching a couple days ago. And season 4 was, yeah, it was a lot. We had the whole storyline with the farm, which carried over from season 3. We found out it was an Oregon farm, so. As well as the story of Jughead's new school being really freaking weird and like having a murder plot. I don't know why this show is so all over the place. I mean, sure, it has that level of weirdness that most teenage drama shows have, but it's kind of off the rails, you know? And I don't know what is going on in that writer's room, so all over the place, and I'm not sure why, but season 5 is coming out January 20th, and it's supposed to take place 7 years in the future, so hopefully it'll be better, but I'm not gonna hold out hope that much because it's Riverdale. I think it's a good show. Like, the writing isn't that great, and I will admit that, because it's not. Like, especially with Veronica and Cheryl's lines, they're really whack. Like, nobody talks like that, I can tell you that. Not anybody I know literally says,
"I beg your misogynistic pardon?"
It's a teen drama show. I don't know what I expected. But I do find the show to be honestly entertaining. It's not even in it's so bad it's good way. It's very addictive, you know? Because basically every episode ends on a cliffhanger, and even though you're like, you know, I literally don't know who these characters are, and I don't care that much about what happens to them, I'm still gonna watch because I'm curious, you know? Like, I can't remember if it was the season 2 finale or the season 3 finale, but we thought that Jughead was dead for like the 5th time in the show, you know? So I don't know why I was surprised when he wasn't. Because then it happened again in season 4, except it was more convincing this time, except we only thought he was dead for 1 episode, and then they were like, he's alive! As for the characters in Riverdale, I do have a tier list. I'll have that right here, and you can look at it and, you know, judge me for my opinions, because I know that they suck. This is one of the few shows where I don't really have any strong opinions on the characters. Like, I'm just like, oh, you're cool. You're cool. The people that I do have strong opinions about are the people I really, really don't like, which is most of the parents in the show. It's like half of the parents, which really says something about the show. The musical episodes in Riverdale are a huge mess. I don't even know if I should have to explain why they're a huge mess. I don't know anything about Hedwig and the Angry Inch, and I don't know anything about well, I know stuff about Carrie's plot, but I don't know anything about the musical. I'm not a fan of the musical. I'm not a fan of either of those musicals. I haven't listened to either of them, so I don't really find myself in a place to judge those musical episodes. I can and will talk about the Heathers episode because that's probably the most popular one to talk about. I actually enjoyed the Heathers episode. Now, before you come out with the pitchforks saying that my opinion is wrong, hear me out. I'll admit that some of the singing wasn't the best, but I believe that is because it's a TV show musical, you know? They're not going to be singing live like they do in an actual musical. Pre-recorded and then they're lip-syncing to it, which is why it feels like so disconnected, you know? When you're watching, it doesn't feel like you're watching a person sing. Well, it's hard to describe, but I think you know what I'm talking about if you've seen the episode. However, 17 was so good in that episode. I was holding out hope at first because Lily Reinhart was doing really good at the vocals at the beginning. And then
people hurt us.
And I was laughing so hard, and I felt so bad for laughing, but I was laughing so hard because, like, but then
Can we be 17?
you see, it got better. And then the song made me cry, so I don't really care. Well, obviously, it's because the writing is whacked out. But I do think another one of the reasons may be because it's just deemed as another one of those basic shows. And it kind of became basic to hate Riverdale. It's like this whole hipster thing. The hate doesn't really bother me. I laugh at it. I agree. It's not great. I will actively watch videos of people just laughing at Riverdale clips, and I will watch those Riverdale bad writing for 2 minutes straight videos because they're wonderful. They're hilarious. And as a final overview, yes, I do in fact like Riverdale. Yes, it is in fact fun to watch. It's addictive. The plot's nice. The characters are, I was gonna say they're well written, but they're not. I think I just enjoy the show for what it is, and that's just a fun, silly teen drama show that you can watch at the end of the day to unwind without really having to focus on anything, you know? Just a fun show to watch casually. And that is my honest opinion on Riverdale.